Hello and welcome. I am Scarberlock, and this is City of Villains on the Rebirth server with our Mastermind Nightmare Lass, who's 10th level, has 13,000 XP with 2,400 to go to get to level 11. We have 45 million influence thanks to selling some fat loot that our alternate character Tiger Shrike got for us. And now we're going to continue the Great Supervillain Contest, or whatever they call it here, the Rogues Contest. And this is with Dr. Graves, and he says, after the aftermath of the execution of your plan has caused us, the aftermath of the execution of your plan has caused us to keep the details of what we are doing hidden from the eyes of Arachnos. Due to this, our competition had to be adjusted. Our benefactor has agreed to alter the proceedings to more intimate events. With you being the main catalyst to these alterations, it would be most fitting if you continue to play that role for the remainder of the competition. Of course, you can always concede your current victory to the others if you do not feel up to the task. I'm not giving up. Bring it. And he says, very well, from here on out, the contestants will be required to come up with ingenious means by which they can capture, torture, and ultimately defeat those that would impede our benefactor's goals. Since you will become the protege to the master, you will use this time to show the master's attentions will not be wasted on the victor. Each of these plans will require vicious cunning, a complete disregard for ethics and cultural mores, and a touch of dramatic flair, by the means in which the unfortunate hero is beaten, broken, and eventually destroyed. You, Nightmare Lass, will be given the honor of playing the role of said hero in your fellow contestants' plans. All you need to do is survive what they have in store for you. Simple enough for someone so daring. Yes, Zephyr, in last place, will be given the first go at you. He awaits you. Now go. So I gotta fight these guys, I guess. So we need to go to Port Oaks. I will head over there and I will bring you back when we are closer to our mission goal. I'll see you in a moment. We are back and we are heading to Zephyr. And we've got to survive whatever plan he has for us. So I guess we're going into a cave or a sewer. Looks like a cave. Or an arachno space. Probably a cave. Yep. So we're in a cave and we're going to summon our little buddies. Eeny and meeny, and we'll shield them up. So we need to tell Zephyr we're ready to begin. I'm not sure what this mission will entail, so we will see. He says, okay dude, here's the deal. I'm all about brute force, right? So the way this is going down is that you're going to need to bust the chops of all these dudes I've paid to beat you up. Pretty good plan, eh? No, that's actually pretty boring. He says, you know, I thought you were going to say that, so since I didn't want you to get all whiny, I figured I'd give all these dudes a bit of my power. So you can hand your powers to other people? He says, yeah, totally. All they've got to do is wear one of these bracelets that look like my totally sweet belt, and whammy. So your powers come from your belt. Well, what? My belt? Dude, why would my powers come from my belt? That's like, you know, totally dumb, dude. Why you gotta be so stupid, you know? Looks like I touched on a sore spot. Okay, you know what, dude? I don't like your attitude. So because of that, I'm going to crank up the voltage, like totally big time, right? Now these dudes are going to get even more powers. Like the part where I can't even be killed because I'm the freaking wind, dude. So they can't be killed? Well, it's going to take a bit for all that to transfer over to them. Alright? But I can tell you one thing for certain. You ain't fast enough to take down all these dudes before that super invulnerability starts working. So, your plan is to make your henchmen invulnerable. Yeah, well, what's wrong with making all my little slaves as powerful as me? All I had to do was channel all of my enhancements into these altars. And now we're being attacked, so... yeah, one of the things I don't like about the way they do these things is they really don't give you time to actually read and digest the text that they're giving you. Like, what's the point of all this clever text with his whole speaking style being written into the text and everything if you're going to have me get attacked while the window is open and I'm still reading it, right? The trigger should be when I close the window. So this is just, yeah, it's just another example of how I'm not a huge fan of these newer missions. These guys are the Gold Breakers. We haven't faced them yet. They're kind of like Sky Raiders. And you can see now that as we get to higher levels, the minions are starting to get a little hurt. So we're going to definitely need our lieutenant minion, our lieutenant, whatever you want to call it, henchman, soon. It looks like we need to get rid of that altar. Right, 3 channeling altars to destroy. Alright. Meanie keeps getting his butt kicked. Yeah, so one of the issues with the little guys is that they don't have a lot of defenses, right? They literally are like regular minions. And so they do get pounded a lot by lieutenants, especially +1 lieutenants. Pretty rough for them at this level. Right, and as you can see, what happens now is my job becomes keeping them alive. Right, because they take a lot of damage very quickly. Right, and that's what's going to continue happening as we level up. We're going to have to really keep an eye on our minions, and they're going to take a lot of damage, and we have to heal it up. Like that. Right? Alright. And one of the things I might want to do is start carrying some inspirations mainly for them. I was thinking of carrying accuracy and damage so they could do more damage, but they might need luck more than that, you know. And let's give Meanie his last little bit of juice. So now I have to find 2 more summoning chambers. Now these guys shouldn't be a problem because they're white cons. I have to tell you, I really love the whole idea of your character just stands there, you hit a little command, and all of a sudden these guys are being pounded. It's so awesome. Get them. Back in the day, I remember my friends who had masterminds would do things like add to their macro, so that yes, it would cause them to attack, but they would also, there'd be like a little word balloon. You'd say charge or I don't know, something. Let's give that guy some sturdy. I'm gonna delete the res. We won't need that. We shouldn't die on this mission. So one of the things I've been struggling with, you guys can't see because screen capture isn't actually screen capture, it's capturing what the graphics card generates. But let's try giving these guys a little bit of luck. My monitor is quite old. It's almost 10 years old. And you know, as you guys know, if you've watched my Stalker videos, I often have an issue with brightness. That is, the ambient light in my room is very bright in the mornings, and I have trouble seeing things on the screen in a dark map. Some of the maps are much darker than this map, and so consequently it can be very difficult to see. But one of the other reasons is not just the ambient light, but it's that this monitor is old and isn't very bright. It's, you know, it's old tech, right? It's not one of the newer types of LCD monitor. It's an LED. It's a decent monitor. It's a ViewSonic. It's pretty good, but it's old. So I finally ordered myself, and it's supposed to get here in a couple of days, a new monitor. This one's supposed to be a really good one. It's an LG. Can't remember the type, but it's an IPS monitor. It's supposed to be quite bright. Apparently the blacks could stand to be a little darker when you're in a dark room, but if you guys, as you guys know, I'm usually in a bright room and not a dark room, so that should not be a problem. Let me see if I can get it. I was just going to tell him to move, and I was too late, but we'll heal him up. So yeah, I got a new monitor coming, hopefully in a couple days, and I'm not going to hook it up right away, because anything that I get delivered to me, I quarantine out in my garage for a week to make sure that if there's any coronavirus on the cardboard packaging or anything, it dies. Supposedly reports say that coronavirus dies within 3 days or less on most surfaces. I think cardboard, it lasts a little longer in plastic than some other surfaces. So I could probably just leave it out for a couple days, but I actually leave it for over a week usually, just to make absolutely sure that there's no chance that I'm going to get any infections. So anyway, sometime in the next week or so, I should have a nice brand new monitor hooked up, and then things will be much better. In fact, this monitor will be slightly better. It's not 4K, but it'll be better resolution than the regular HD that I have right now. And let me heal that meanie. Let's go. There we go. Yeah, he's really taking a lot of damage. So hopefully I'll have a new monitor soon, and I mean, I don't think we'll be able to capture this at higher res than 1080p, because I think that's about all that City of Heroes can do. I haven't really tried it at higher resolutions, but I know the game was never originally meant to go higher than that. In fact, it wasn't really meant to go as high as 1920 by 1080, but I think by, I mean, this monitor is a 2011-2010 vintage monitor, and it does 1920 by 1080, so I think by then they had rescaled the game so that it could handle this, but I doubt it's going to be able to go higher res than that. So we'll see. I don't think I'll record any higher anyway, because there's no point to putting higher res on YouTube. It'll just throttle it because of the amount of data. So, but yeah, we're really excited that I'm getting a new monitor. I've been having some issues with one of the fans on this computer. I'm hoping I don't need to buy a whole new computer at this point. If I do, I'll probably get a laptop, just because I usually alternate between laptop and desktop. I always decide to get a laptop so it takes up less space and is portable, and I can bring it with me when I travel, and then I get frustrated that the laptop isn't as powerful as an equivalent desktop for the same price would be, and I end up then switching to a desktop the next time and using the laptop as a backup, which I'm still doing right now. This computer is a 2017 computer. It was built in 2017 by CyberPower PC, which if you've never used them, I've been very happy with them in recent years. I think they're based in California, and they will build, like, sort of custom build a computer to your specifications. I've always been happy with what they've done. This is a really neat liquid cooled computer. Before that, I got an MSI Dominator, which is, it's a beast, and it's such a beast that even most modern computers, other than having a faster processor and a slightly better graphics card, are really not any better than it. It was awesome. It had great, a terrific amount of memory on the hard drive. It had like a pretty good, darn good SSD drive, and then an even bigger, I can't remember, 1.5 gigs or something, regular drive. And then it had 24 gigabytes of RAM, which is just super awesome. Even now, it's hard to find an off-the-shelf desktop with more than 16 gigs. So this one, in fact, that I'm working on, it had 32 gigs, but it's down to 16 because one of the RAM chips went bad, and even though I bought replacements that were supposed to be the right type of RAM chip, I couldn't get them to work with this computer. So anyway, I'm gonna maybe be in the market for a laptop. I'm hoping in about a year. I would like this desktop to at least last me 4 years, but if the fans keep giving me trouble, and I'm not able to replace them, then I'm probably gonna need to get a completely new computer. But we'll see. Right now, it's just a new monitor that I'm doing. And I have to say, I'm pretty psyched to get it because I haven't had a new monitor in, you know, 11 years. So I remember getting this one and how much nicer it was than the previous monitor I had, which was I believe it did 1024 by 768, which was the old high-res type of resolution, right? And before that, I had a CRT monitor. I remember I used to like CRT monitors better. There was just a different sort of tonality and color depth to the LCD monitors. And mine was an LCD, not an LED originally. But this one is an LED. And I am about to crash out, I think. This game has been getting a lot of map disconnects. And things do not seem to be registering. Yep, you can see down here at the bottom. Look at what he's doing, how he's teleporting all over. So we may not be able to finish this mission, I'm not really sure. Okay, we defeated him somehow. But we're getting all this problem. So this server has been experiencing a bunch of issues with map server disconnects. And so I don't know if we're going to be able to complete this mission. And I think once we complete it, I'm going to stop because obviously we're in a bad situation here in terms of the network. I mean, look what he's doing. Look at this. It's just non-stop. So apparently what's going on is let's dismiss this guy. Apparently what's going on is the something about the router that the computer that runs the server is connected to is, like, they updated the router software or something. Now why'd the other guy not get summoned? There he is. They updated the router software and somehow that affected the way the network is reading data, and so they're having a lot of trouble with map disconnects and stuff. And I had this happen twice before, where I actually recorded part of an episode and had to stop because everything crashed. So I'm just hoping I can finish this mission with you guys, and this will just be a short 20-minute or so episode, because there's really no point to continuing if it's going to be doing this to me. Right, look at that. If this were not a mastermind, I probably would have already stopped, because I would figure there's no way, but I can order the minions to attack, and then somehow, since they're on the server, they can still work, even though I can't because I'm on the client, right? And so I don't know if the minions are going to follow me, though, so I may have to resummon them. We'll see. Let's try calling them. I don't know if they're going to receive the signal. So we need to find Zephyr. I'm guessing he's at the entrance. I'm not really sure. Yeah, see, I can't even fly. Here we go. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's no point to going faster because we're having such lag that it's just going to rubber band me. And I don't know if we're going to find Zephyr because we're not getting data sent to us correctly by the server. So we may just have to stop, guys, and I apologize for that, but I have no control over how this server works. Okay, so Zephyr's not here. There my buddies are. But I don't know where Zephyr is. And I don't know if he just might not spawn because of all of this, right? So I think I'm going to have to stop here, guys. I'm going to just look down this hallway, but assuming he's not here, and I can't imagine he would be, we'll just stop, and I will upload this, and then I will do this mission again without narrating it, since there's really no point to you guys watching me go through this whole thing again. I might even just auto-complete it for my content, because I really don't feel like playing it again. But yeah, it's pretty clear that something is wrong, and that the network is just not... Oh, there he is. We found Zephyr. Okay, so let's get our minions here. There they are. Okay, so let's attack. So I guess they betrayed him or something. Man, look at all the rubber banding. That is just insane. Yeah, I don't even think I can heal these guys, because it's not receiving information. Yep, he died. Now the question is Zephyr going to turn on me? I think he did. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat him, because I can't heal... I can't heal Meanie. See if I can attack him. I don't know if I can. Yeah, it's not letting me attack him. Oh no, now he's neutral. I win. Yeah, you win. Okay, say it louder. You win. Say it again. I should tell Graves. Say it louder. I grant you mercy. Like, I don't know what the point of this is when you don't have a choice whether to grant him mercy or not. And you can see that it's going through all this again now. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out. There we go. Alright guys, well you can see that obviously these network problems are causing all sorts of issues. The router apparently, the update somehow broke the router, and so things are going well, and then all of a sudden everything completely turned to crap in terms of the networking. So I'm going to stop here. I'm not even going to call the contact or anything. I'm going to stop us here as soon as we load into the zone, and that'll be the end of this episode. And supposedly by tomorrow they'll have this fixed, by tomorrow or the next day. So I'm hoping maybe there'll be a day or two where I won't be able to film, but hopefully by the weekend I'll be able to start making content again. Until next time, because I don't even know if we're going to get into the zone. Oh, here we go. Okay, we'll dismiss Meanie. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been City of Heroes.